From Castle Rexworth and the Rexworth Estates, I bid you good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are and whenever you are. My name is Rexworth, Lord Rexworth, and Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. We made it to the end of 2023 at long last, and 2024 awaits us with new possibilities, new adventures to unfold, all sorts of things that are just new. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are looking forward to it as well. I hope all of you have at least some sort of maybe a New Year's resolution or a goal in mind. One in particular. It doesn't have to be anything outlandish or outrageous. Just maybe something simple that you can, like a habit that you can build on within the first 30 days of the year. I know for me, one of those is to make it a daily ritual of mine to get at least 30 minutes of exercise on my lunch break at work. Now, I think if I do that about 3 to 5 times a week, I will see results. Celeste, hello. How are you? I hope you're feeling better. Hope you're feeling a little bit better today. But yeah, that's those are some of the resolutions that I've been working on crafting for myself for this coming year. The other ones, as I've mentioned before, I'm going to be starting a podcast in 2024. The resolution is to keep it going, strive for weekly episodes, but try to do at least every other week. I think that's a good pace. Also, grow my channel, namely through taking out advertising via YouTube and Google. I should love to reach Kick Affiliate by year's end. That's going to take 75 followers. And at last check, we are up to, let's see where we're at with the Kick channel. 35 followers. So let's see. About 40 more left, and we'll be in good shape. Let me go ahead and put that into chat. Oh, Blood Moon 06, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. Welcome in. You are now one of the nobles. You are in esteemed company, my friend. So let me go ahead and put that into chat. We'll pin that message to the top here. Please follow his lordship on Kick. And then we shall put the Kick URL in there as well. Pin that to there, and we'll keep that up until the end of stream. So yeah, if all of you haven't, do give me a follow on Kick as well. I'm trying to grow my following. A lot of you are following me now on Twitch, and that's good. I'd love to see that. But I should also like to see all of you following me across multiple platforms, including Kick, and also on YouTube, where you're going to be seeing the finished product of the podcast. What I plan to do with that is take a similar approach to what False ID does with his program, Things VTubers Say. If you ever catch a live broadcast of False ID on Twitch, you'll notice that he tends to record live on Twitch. Then you get to watch him do the editing process, and then the finished product gets published later to YouTube. So that's a similar process to what we're going to be seeing with the podcast. I will be recording it live on Twitch, as many portions as I can, and then publishing the finished product to YouTube, also to other audio sources like Spotify, for example, or wherever else you get your podcast. I do believe I'm going to be utilizing a service called Acast, which is a service that's used by a lot of other big-name podcast, all of the podcasts in the Stack or Stakhanov network of podcasts, including Chris Broad's Abroad in Japan podcast. I rather like the way that is set up. I rather like the way that it gets distributed, and the commercial breaks get inserted, and it's always new commercials every time to keep things rather fresh. I like that, and of course you'll be hearing a lot of my own sponsors in between the network sponsors with Acast. So I believe that's the service that I'm going to be going with to distribute the podcast on audio across audio channels. Umiko, hello there. Welcome in. Welcome. So yeah, that's what you can look forward to with the upcoming podcast. Still, I do need to come up with a title for this podcast. Right now, the working title is the Lord Rexworth podcast. I may just split the difference and just call it Noble Pursuits, the Lord Rexworth podcast. So we may just do that. That seems to be the best of both worlds. I rather like the name Noble Pursuits, but I also want to put my brand in there somehow, without necessarily just making it so plain as to call it the Lord Rexworth podcast. So that's my thinking on all of that. Do let me know what you think as well. Of course, I welcome your input. You are the audience, of course. This is for your benefit, not for mine. And it's going to be taking a lot of the formatting that you may be familiar with the Sunday Sanctus Ecclesia programming format, and also the format for Motivation Monday, and retooling it a little bit and making it, adapting it for a podcasting format. So that's what you can look forward to with Noble Pursuit. It's along with interviews with my fellow members of Project Astaria, with other VTubers, with and with content creators, thought leaders, anyone who's willing to come onto the program. I welcome the opportunity, and I welcome the conversation. And so yeah. Kick affiliate by year's end. I just want to circle back to that real quick. Once I hit 75 follows and do some streaming on Kick, I'll probably be doing some simulcasting with Twitch and Kick. But the idea, I shall suffer for your amusement, chat, and eat 7 million Scoville rated chicken tendies with my friends Action Bastard and with Lorelei Chow, and with anybody else who wants to join us in this challenge as well, and do that whilst singing karaoke and playing video games, probably all at the same time. So you want to see a one-man band like his lordship do all of that, do give me a follow over on Kick. The link is pinned there in the chat. Some other things to look forward to. Father's Day weekend of 2024, I do plan to release the cover track of Nimrod and If. The music shall be what you've heard before, with a lot of opening, non-seasonal openings in the starting soon screen on streams. You may notice I tend to play a track, and that is a one which I purchased the rights to play, and that is it's from Elgar's Nimrod Variations, and it's called Nimrod. And I have taken a cue from Russell Watson. I'm going to be reading the poem "If" by Rudyard Kipling with Nimrod as the backing music on that. I think I don't want to. I mean, I've got a fairly decent singing voice, but I would feel more comfortable if I did some more spoken word things. And of course, in the coming year, you'll be seeing that. You'll also be seeing some more ASMR tracks from me. I've got one that's being put together by Bun Bun, my dear friend. I've also got one where I'm giving you a pep talk. We're just sort of meeting in the library or in the drawing room of Castle Rexworth, sitting down to tea, and giving you a bit of a poetic pep talk. So those are some of the ideas, some of the scripts we've got made that are in the queue now, and just need to get those recorded. And on a personal level, I want to do some more traveling. And this is something we're going to talk about with the podcast as well. The topic of travel, I think, is going to come up quite a bit. I mean, it's no secret I'm a child of two worlds. I am an Englishman by heritage and ethnicity, and I happen to reside here in the United States of America. So I didn't get there without traveling. And for a long time, I'd sort of lost that love of traveling and just wanted to stay in one place for quite some time. And I realized that wasn't healthy, that there was a whole world out there that needed, that awaited discovery. And it's one of those things that it's I feel necessary for the human soul. Travel is good for the soul, but I also am a firm believer in the Mark Twain quote that travel is fatal to prejudice, bigotry, and narrow-mindedness, and many of our people need it sorely on these accounts. Broad, wholesome, charitable views of men and things cannot be acquired by vegetating in one little corner of the earth all one's lifetime. Words to live by. Words to live by, absolutely. So, yeah, BS, you have a great singing voice, and you can't lie to me because I've heard you sing. I mean, I hold my own. I don't know if I'm quite ready to release any sort of singing tracks, not without a bit more coaching. So maybe that's something else to work on in the coming years, Celeste. Well, may have to go out today. Well, do be safe, Umiko. If you do go out, and any of you who are planning to go out somewhere to celebrate New Year's, do be safe. Definitely know the laws and regulations. Don't drink and drive. No drink driving, please. Let's all make sure that we make it home safe. Make sure that we make it home in one piece, and so that we can enjoy many, many more Happy New Years to come. So do be safe. Be mindful of others when out traveling, and exercise the normal precautions and situational awareness. But yes, do enjoy yourselves, but also be safe about it. So I think with all that kind of concludes the thoughts that I have. Only thing I'm drinking is Dr. Pepper and Martinelli's. Valentine, welcome in, my friend. There's quite the combination, all together in one. That sounds like a very fizzy, bubbly combination. But then again, I've heard of flavored Dr. Pepper in other varieties, the cherry vanilla flavor. I think I've even heard of a blackberry and Dr. Pepper combination before. But yeah, hard to go wrong with Martinelli's cider. Only thing I'm drinking is water. That's good, Celeste. That's very good. It's important to stay hydrated, and I'm happy to report I came prepared. I've got about 40 ounces of shaker cups full of water and an energy supplement, aka Dubby, and then I've got 2 bottles here of Topo Chico and lime, 24 fluid ounces of that. So it's safe to say I am going to stay hydrated through this stream. Only because I'd be yelled at if I had a glass of wine. Yeah, especially if you're taking medication, if you're on the mend like that, it's probably for the best. I mean, there's always tomorrow. There's always New Year's Day, or maybe a little bit later on, you know. That sort of thing. The spirited adult beverages will still be there once you're back to 100%. Apple cider Dr. Pepper sounds miserable. That does sound like a bit of a cursed combination, doesn't it? So yeah, maybe not all together. Maybe a serving of Dr. Pepper and then serve up a glass of apple cider, or switch it around: apple cider followed by Dr. Pepper. Maybe a glass of water to cleanse the palate in between the two. So. Right. But anyways, I hope all of you are having a lovely New Year's Eve. Would be very much interested in hearing your New Year's plans, any sort of celebration that you do on the big day, other than rest and recuperate and get ready to go back to work after the holiday break. Cursed for those with a weak constitution. Indeed. There's a challenge, I don't think quite as cursed as the Pilk challenge, but there's something for your stream, Valentine. Apple cider and Dr. Pepper blend, or figure out what are the things you can blend your Dr. Pepper with. Anyway, so let me go ahead and do the usual housekeeping here. All links, chat, are available at lordrexworth.com. That is lordrexworth.com. If you haven't already, do join the Discord. The Castle Rexworth Discord gates are open to all who are 18 and over. Just click that link there in chat, and that'll open up the Discord app, and you can join the Castle Rexworth Discord. I was thinking about doing maybe a hangout in VC after stream. Just a little bit of a New Year's celebration, something to celebrate the new year for my friends over in the UK and over in the European Union, and to await the countdown to the new year with my friends over in North America. Depending on interest and everything, maybe hopping back and forth between servers and whatnot. But yeah, it's just going to be a chill evening. Might listen to some music, play a video game together, or maybe just even watch a movie or watch a television show. Maybe stream some anime. I know we were doing that the other night in the Project Estadia server. We were watching a little bit of anime, and we were just having ourselves a lovely time. Sometimes the best evenings are spent together with friends, pursuing the simple pleasures of just watching an anime together and existing or vibing, you know? So, there is that. Let me go ahead and throw up the Throne page, throne.com/Lord Rexworth. Also got a Throne-powered shop with items specially curated by me. Full disclosure, we'll get a commission from the sale of those items. LordRexworth.store. Again, LordRexworth.store. And then my comms are open. You can buy me a coffee. Just go to ko-fi.com/Lord Rexworth, and that'll get you over there. You can just click that link there and chat. Quick mention of our sponsors tonight. First one's Dubby. Stay hydrated and energized with Dubby. Use the code Lord Rexworth at checkout for 10% off your order. Just go to dubby.gg and then use the code Lord Rexworth at checkout. 10% off your order. Dubby, be better. We are also brought to you by the Cash App. Try the Cash App using my code. We'll both get $5 when you link a new bank account and send $5. Click that link there in chat. Download for iOS and Android devices. We're also brought to you by NordVPN. Try NordVPN risk-free for 30 days. Click the link there in chat to sign up now. It's available across all devices. And finally, we're also brought to you by Wise. Spend like a local. Hold multiple currencies in one account. Open your Wise account today. Click the link in chat. And with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and bring down our music. And I'll hit the pause button on this as well. And we'll switch over to our gaming screen. Ta-da! Sorry about the music jump scare, everybody. Right, so where we last left off, we were in Hitman 2. And, yeah, I think our next mission here is Another Life. And we just been through some interesting twists and turns, met our doppelganger in Longshot. So now we begin Another Life.
Gentlemen, let's go over the plan. The first constant is none other than Janus, the legendary Cold War spy master. A KGB senior officer and head of the 6th Column Special Branch at Lubyanka, Janus is a certified genius and expert of counterintelligence. He retired from the KGB in 1988 when he fell out of favor with the Kremlin and defected to the US. Shortly after, the Soviet Union collapsed. Now,
fled a sinking ship.
Janus stepped down as the constant, but since 2004, he has been a resident of a quiet community in suburban Vermont. Mr. Gray.
Right. So here's the catch. As an elite KGB agent, Janus was trained to withstand interrogation and torture. No amount of pressure will force him to disclose information he doesn't want to. Instead, we will need to search his home for clues. But if Providence learns of our presence, the game is up.
So we frame Janus, make Providence think he was the real Shattered Plant.
Correct. I will file a false ICA report, claiming to have traced a number of calls from Janus's house to the Institute in Romania. The case will seem clear. Mr. Gray was only a figurehead. Janus was pulling the strings all along. And by eliminating him, we will have neutralized the militia, once and for all.
However, for this subterfuge to work, you'll also need to deal with Janus's security detail. A Providence herald and former Secret Service agent by the name of Nolan Cassidy.
Cassidy
describes him as diligent and inquisitive, and we cannot risk that he contradicts our story to his employer.
Seems workable.
I certainly hope so. Everything depends on this next move, 47. You made this our fight. Now let's even the playing field.
And we are left to prepare. Let's take a look at the info we have on our targets. First, Janus. Janus was the KGB's legendary Cold War spy master and the first constant of Providence. Janus's true origins are a mystery, mainly because he had the records carefully erased. Some say he was born in Belarus, the son of humble farmers, while others insist that he is of communist royalty, the bastard son of Nikita Khrushchev. The variety of myths surrounding him only add to his legend. Everyone agrees, however, that Janus was a master of deception and counterintelligence, perhaps the most gifted spy of the 20th century, and he performed his duties with zeal and commitment. During the Cold War, Janus headed the 6th Column Special Branch at Lubyanka and remains the only KGB spy master to place sleeper agents in the top echelons of both Langley and MI6. In 1979, when the Soviet ambassador to the US planned to defect to the West, it was Janus who ingeniously ordered chessmaster Jasper Knight to poison the ambassador with ricin-coated chess pieces during a private match. Janus then orchestrated Knight's escape through communist Cuba, but in reality set him up for an assassination to cover up activity surrounding one of Janus's spy schools, which was taking root in the US. However, Janus's career in global espionage was only the tip of the iceberg. After Brezhnev's ascent to power, Janus came to view the Cold War as pointless. He knew that defecting was not going to be the solution. The Americans were just as narrow-minded and self-absorbed. The problem was politics itself. He finally realized that after so long. This is when he was approached by Providence, who offered an appealing alternative, an organization of enormous power and influence but uninhibited by political, ideological, and national interest. A third way. Janus secretly became the first constant of Providence. He surprised Otto Wolfgang Altmaier's Institute for Human Betterment. He supervised that, and met Subject 47 in his childhood. In 1988, he left the KGB after running afoul of the then administration. A year later, the Soviet Union collapsed. After the 1989 riots at the Institute, Janus was the one who forced Altmaier to submit the remaining subjects to a neuro procedure known as the wipe, erasing their memories and emotions, effectively creating Agent 47 as we know him. Afterwards, Altmaier tried to get revenge on Janus and send 47 after him, but the assassination failed. Providence considers him harmless, but the Constant still keeps a few heralds on Janus the Tale to make sure that no sensitive information leaks from the old man.
My name is Bond. James Bond.
Umiko, thank you for the redeem. We can eliminate using any method and wearing any disguise. Now let's take a look at Nolan Cassidy. Nolan Cassidy is a Providence herald and answers to the Constant. Born into a military family, Nolan Cassidy grew up on and around military bases around the U.S. He enlisted at the age of 18, saw some action in Kosovo, and came out with several medals. He wanted to do more for his country, however, and joined the Secret Service's protective branch in 2000. Cassidy was on duty when Vice President Daniel Morris was assassinated in 2005. He was subsequently let go and went to work as a security consultant for the infamous Moreno cartel, one of Providence's important South American assets. Here, he made a favorable impression and was recruited as a herald for the southern U.S. and Latin American territories. He adapted well to his new corporate life and excelled in a range of roles for over a decade. However, when the attacks on Providence began, the Constant assigned Cassidy to Janus's security detail due to his background as a bodyguard. But babysitting a bitter old spy in a spineless suburban environment is the last thing Cassidy wants, let alone being the butt of the old man's constant abuse. Nolan Cassidy is a soft-spoken, intense person, a stickler for the rules with an almost militaristic approach to discipline. He's lost only one man while on the job and aims to keep it that way. Stoic and patient, he demands extreme discipline from his men. He takes his job very seriously, too seriously, in fact, at least in the eyes of Janus. Since his recent arrival, he has beefed up security substantially, to the point where the residents of Whittleton Creek have begun to notice. That could be a problem, but also an opportunity. Eliminate using any method, wearing any disguise. Our objective, we need to locate the Constant, and Janus is our only lead. We have reason to believe the two are still in contact, but we need more information to achieve our goal. Confirm an existing connection between Janus and the Constant, and reveal a date that they would meet. Let's go with the Black Lily version. Can we smuggle any items in? Nope. Yeah, let's look a bit buttoned up for this one. We'll go with the suburban suit. And we'll get started.
Whittleton Creek, Vermont. On the surface, a picture-perfect suburban dream. Wide roads, golden maple trees, and verdant lawns. Most residents here are white-collar professionals, ranging from university staff to government employees.
Most, but not all. Janus's unpresuming home is protected by a host of bodyguards, and intel shows that the fragile former Constant rarely leaves the property.
Nolan Cassidy, on the other hand, roams the neighborhood streets. A recent arrival, the dutiful Providence Herald is busy making threat assessments and settling in with his security team.
Now remember, this is about more than just revenge. Janus is the key to bring down Providence. So get in there and find us a lead.
Good luck, 47.
I'm fairly certain most of these suburbanite neighborhoods would never approve of having windmills so close to their houses. Neighborhoods like this, I found, have a high degree of NIMBY type behavior, even banana type behavior. NIMBY meaning not in my backyard. Banana meaning build absolutely nothing, anywhere, nowhere, anytime. And especially if this is in the northeastern United States, like Vermont. My understanding is that that attitude is quite prevalent, so quite the nosy lot. They love to be in everybody's business, and yeah, they don't want giant windmills anywhere near their homes. It's sort of a thing that they'll signal their virtue about the importance of green energy and caring for the environment. But the minute you propose to build a windmill somewhere near their backyard, all of a sudden they start crowing and crying about all the birds that'll be killed by the spinning blades, and how it's the technology is made by Chinese manufacturers and is not carbon neutral, and blah blah blah. So yes, as much as this looks.
I've marked your map with several points of interest.
Thank you,
We're
Diana.
on this mission with very little upfront intel, but these locations could provide clues to help you obtain the information we need. Good luck.
Thank you, Diana. Yeah, as idyllic this scene appears, and as lovely as the architecture is on these homes, albeit a bit cookie cutter, I don't know. I've sort of come to look at American suburbia as just hypocrisy, and perhaps even a symptom of atomized individualism. Isabel Jane, thank you so much for the follow. Hi, Rex. Hello, Resort. Hello, hello. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you.
decorations across all the houses in Whittleton Creek.
Well, some of those decorations could be considered a little over the top. I mean, back home, we never went all in, as you say here.
It's Christmas. Blake thinks that.
Oh God, and the HOA, the homeowners associations here in America, they're absolutely out of control. Tyrannical dictatorships, all of them.
What we can or can't do around here. If that man ever got into higher office, we'd all be living in a police state.
Quite.
No flyer then? Here's your chance to change the world. Vote Blake.
Excuse me, sir. Are you a registered voter? I'd love to tell you about a new candidate who might just change your life. Yes, sir. A total game changer here.
I'm listening.
Wonderful. Well, I'm sure you're aware that voting season is upon us again. And if you're anything like me, a recent immigrant to this fine country, the candidates this time around just aren't very, savory. But we have a man here today who's about to change all
Oh
that.
Lord.
I don't care much for politics.
That is exactly why Blake is out ringing doorbells today. He has no stakes in Washington. No connections to the establishment. No allies hidden away in lawless groups that pull the strings around the world. He's just a common man who decided that he wouldn't take it anymore. He's here to clean up, to give you exactly what you want, and to make sure the government doesn't stick its nose into everything.
Fascinating. How is he going to achieve all that?
By
A good
imposing
question.
restrictions and pushing crippling laws that will bind legislators to their desks for decades. His approach is simple. Give every one of those Washington-based desk jockeys so much work they simply won't have time to enforce the existing laws. And then, while they're busy looking through their fat law books, use his executive powers to undo the existing laws. It's a radical approach, sure, but quite effective.
And this Blake character, he's out here now, ringing doorbells?
Sure is. Why'd you ask?
No reason.
Good on you. Be sure to vote come election day. And feel free to spread the word about Charles Blake III. Here's a flyer for you. Mr. Blake has many important initiatives to share.
Oh, very interesting.
Have a flyer. Read more about Charles Blake III and his politically flexible platform.
Anybody who uses Roman numerals after their name. I'm sorry, they're not anti-establishment like they say.
Vote for Blake at the upcoming election.
Okay, great. It's just that, well, I saw one of those security people from Mr. Janice's house, and I'm pretty sure he was burying something back there, and I just figured since you guys seem to be, working together, you might know about it.
Can't say that I do.
Someone from Janus' security detail buried something in the frog habitat behind Cassidy's house. What could that possibly
If
be?
we uncovered Jimmy Hoffa's remains back there someday.
I wonder.
Okay. All right, well, I'll just leave you to it.
Save before we do anything rash. Too many witnesses. Damn. As I said, there's a nosy lot in American suburbia. Oh. Can't go that way. Leaving the mission area. poisonous frog. That could come in handy. I think we would get a lot farther if we were just to disguise ourselves as security.
Okay. Okay, everything's good.
Let's see if we can't get him into the bushes. That's right.
Uh-huh. Hey, you! This is a restricted area. I'm taking... Jesus Christ. What'd you do that for, you bastard? Hitting that...
You need to help me right now.
Damn, compromised. Try it again.
Was that it? Bah.
No way.
That's right. Run away, you yuppies.
I got him in my sight! Don't save your ammo on this guy! Got nothing here. Get a beat on him, move! Can't see him either. We lost the target, damn it! Man! We got someone carrying weapons here.
Right, different approach.
Here's your chance to change the world. Vote Blake. Have a flight. Charles Blake III appreciates your support.
I think... Let's look at a map here. There's one of our targets now. And Nolan Cassidy. Close by.
Nolan Cassidy of Whittleton Creek. I want to speak to the man in charge. That's you? Very well. Listen, you people completed your work on my house last week, but there's still all your machinery cluttering up my garden. I talked to your man here, but he claims he needs to be done with my neighbor's house before he can remove the hookup to my house. Surely that's some sort of joke. Really? I don't much care about your excuses. I've got a security hazard here. I demand you remove it immediately, or my lawyers will strip mine your little business so fast, you'll be left on the street in your underwear wondering what the hell happened.
Yeah, most lawyers won't do that.
Hola, compadre, it's me. Yes, I still have a fumigation unit hooked up to Mr. Cassidy's house. But I'll remove both units when I'm done with Mr. Patty's house. He's more cost-efficient like. No, I didn't get him to upgrade. Our expensive chemicals are deadly. You know I won't use chemical weapons on innocent, defenseless animals.
Oh.
Well, you do things your way, I do things my way. Good. Talk to you later. Bye. At least...
All right, very good. Door note reads, I'm in the garden. Ring the doorbell if you need me, then I'll be right out. James Batty. See what happens.
Honey, it's me. You called? Yes, I know they're coming for dinner. I have to finish my rounds first. I thought this was supposed to be a quiet Saturday, but there are just so many letters. I got a package from...
A lawsuit between Janus and another resident. Might be a good place to start your investigation into Janus's life, 47. I suggest you look closer at this James Batty fellow.
On it. Hello, my lord. Happy New Year's Eve. Only 15 minutes on my end. Hello, Enrique. Hello, hello. Happy New Year, my friend. Happy New Year. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Hope you're having a good time with friends and with family and yeah, doing all the fun things you told me you'd had planned.
Batty as well. Did you know he was engaged in a lawsuit against Janus, that old Russian guy I talked about? No, there's only me here to cover it. I would love it if someone else could help, even if it was only with that package to Batty. He talks and talks, and I just don't have time for that today. All right, I'll call you when I'm over by the bus.
Greetings, sir.
Bye, honey.
Do you need some help?
You know what, friend? I could indeed use some help. It's very kind of you to ask. People in this neighborhood are just so friendly. That's what I really love about this place.
No problem. What do you need?
Well, I'm running awfully late today. Chatty people in this neighborhood, you know? Anyway, I've got this package for James Batty in number 432. Would you be able to deliver it to him? I wouldn't normally just hand over a package like that, but you look very trustworthy.
I could do that. House number 432?
Yes, big house at the bend in the road. It's undergoing fumigation at the moment, so you can't miss it.
Yes, I know. I'm the fumigator.
He'll come get it. He lives in his shed in the backyard, so it might take a few moments for him to show up.
Consider it done.
Thank you again. This place is just amazing. Helen gives away muffins, and you're helping deliver packages. What a day!
Happy to help, Mr. Mailman. Let's take a look at this package. Addressed for James Batty, 432 Whittleton Creek, Vermont. Obtain the lawsuit from Batty's shed. It's going great, that I can tell. That's good, that's good. Let's see here. Lawsuit documents. There we go.
Apparently engaged in a civil lawsuit with another resident of Whittleton Creek. James Batty, the plaintiff, wants Janus to stop his annual landing of a helicopter near the local creek. The lawsuit also mentions Nolan Cassidy and his unlawful surveillance around town. So Janus takes a helicopter trip once per year. I think we're onto something here, 47.
Janus, local resident. Oh, okay.
47. I think it would be beneficial to locate the unlawful surveillance mentioned in the lawsuit. Perhaps Nolan Cassidy's house would be a good place to start.
Let's do exactly that. Now, are they going to let me in?
Yeah, I can't let you pass. I'm sorry, sir.
No, of course not. That would be too easy. Hello, what's this?
Ah, hi there. Ugh, like I give a shit.
Hello, sir.
I wonder if that was the candidate that's running for office. The blowhard or whatever, whoever he was. Right, so the entire house is inaccessible. Nothing suspicious here. Just the bug guy. Used to be a pathway there. The bridge. Looks like it deteriorated long ago. Right, we can vault over here. Save here for now. Now I'm going to watch this guard who's just over the fence here. I'm watching his let's see his patrol route. Oh, probably just found the yeah, probably just found the faucet that was turned on. Okay, making his way down the stairs. Walking over this way. Alright, this is good. I think we can catch him right as he's coming back. Coming back round. Want to get him out of the way of that surveillance camera there. And this shrubbery should be enough to... There we go. And we just grab the body. Pull him in like so. And pop on a new disguise. And hey presto. And next up, okay. The enforcer, there's... yeah.
Corridor, there's nothing here. I understand. Happening? Kind of like my weekend. I'm out.
Let's see if we can find some poison amongst all this. Nope. Doesn't look like we have. How interesting.
pretty sure it was that James Batty guy. You know, the guy with the lawsuit.
Pain in the ass. What was he doing?
I tagged him trying to peek over the fence. He claimed he wanted to see if the frogs were migrating.
Guard, a word, please.
Hey there. Guard.
Well, damn. All right, let's try this again. Take this guard out once more. Easy does it. We're going to have to do a better job of hiding the body.
Where'd he go? You see him? Our guy is in the...
Feel a substantial police presence in the town because that politician visiting, sir. Could be a problem.
I need to get into that.
Nolan Cassidy is down. Good work, 47. Janus awaits your attention. A recording of some sort. The note mentions another house. Perhaps Cassidy is using one of the vacant buildings as a base of operations, 47.
That was relatively quick and painless. Another house. Mini DV format. Oh, gosh. That is an old format. Does anybody remember a mini DV? Little compact, almost just a little bit larger than a microcassette. It had magnetic tape and a digital standard definition signal of video would be placed on it. Mini DV tape with Cassidy written on it. A note on the label indicates that the audio was recorded just a few days ago using the equipment in House 429, just across the street from Cassidy's headquarters. Pardon me, chat. Just had to move a few things around here. Let's look at our map. Clue C. Clue reveal. Well, you're not hostile, so you're either a very friendly homeowner or...
Hey, you! Where do you think you're going? Definitely not through here. Get out of my face.
Now, what's this that we have?
I have to tell you, these are the best muffins I ever had. I'm supposed to meet a client for a house showing today, but I can't stop eating. Maybe you know him, Mr. Nolan Cassidy?
Can't say that I do.
Well, he's interested in the Schmidt house down the road. You know, the one that police shut down after the, incident?
I'm not really from around here, senor. I don't know anything about that.
I see. Well, never mind. He can wait a little longer. I need to squeeze a couple more of these beauties down.
Station 2, still nothing to report.
Oh, I'm compromised in this role. Just stash the bodies for now. Should be all right. And that gun in particular is going to be a bit too loud for our purposes. We need to remain silenced, suppressed. Next clue is going to be up the ladder. We're in 2024. Happy New Year, Enrique. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all of you in the European Union and in the United Kingdom. All of you on the Eurasian continent, in Africa, especially our friends over in Asia, in Japan, in China, in India. All of you, Happy New Year. May 2024 be a very, very good year for you. And we've still got a few hours to go. Here in North America. How much longer for you, my lord? Let's see. It's about just past 6 p.m. here on the east coast of the United States. So about 6 more hours to go for the east coast. 7 for Central Time. And for everyone on Pacific Time, that's 4, 3. So about 10 more hours for everybody on the West Coast. Hello? What's this?
Yes, I understand you tried to reach me earlier. Ah, there you are, my boy. Yes, well, it's about the chairman's seat. I understand Frederick was overlooked.
Time zones are a really tricky thing, yes.
I would appreciate an explanation of the reasoning behind the decision. Well, it's a long and rather complicated discussion to undertake over the phone. Your request was put in front of the partners and considered, but in the end, it was decided to assign the role to the Washington twins.
The Washington twins?
A breath of fresh air. A breath of fresh air. They are fortune seekers, robbers of the past, focusing on glory and wealth and outlandish futuristic dealings rather than conservation. They are not representative of what the society was built for. I understand your concern. Rest assured, I will be watching them closely. Very well. It seems we have a lot to discuss when we meet soon. Agreed? Until then.
Excellent. This confirms that Janus and the Constant will meet up soon. I don't think we'll be able to identify the partners today, but this is very useful. The tape doesn't specify where that meeting will take place, however. We need that final bit, 47. So,
Indeed.
we know that Janus is expecting to leave Whittleton Creek via helicopter, and that he's going to meet the Constant at some event. I think it's time to look inside Janus's house for more clues.
One more clue to find. Yeah, time zones indeed are can be a tricky thing. Thankfully, though, Enrique, you have contributed a small part to helping me on that, which I am greatly appreciative of. One of the reasons I have taken quite a fancy to GMT wristwatches. They're quite good in in keeping track of multiple time zones. I think this is Janus's house. Yes, it is. Let's save.
Station 8. Everything looks good. Aside from the crash.
Wait, that's not an ordinary resident of Whittleton Creek, 47. This must be one of Cassidy's men working undercover. I suggest you keep an eye out for more of them.
Gotta dump the body in here. Great. Bloody enforcer. My heart has all the generosity of maximum power. Well, I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that, truly. Hello?
Say, wouldn't you like to come out to the stand and join us, giving away all these wonderful muffins?
Oh, I'd love to, my darling, but I've got to do some sewing. Janus has a dressing gown that needs a few touch-ups, and he's getting anxious. Apparently he needs it for something soon.
You seem to have so many
robe
things
for
going on,
Janus.
Mrs. West.
What could he need that
I
for?
don't know how you find the time.
Well, when you're retired, you can get an astonishing amount of things done.
A robe. I wonder if perhaps we could arrange a delivery. This house seems to be made up almost to be like servants' quarters. Kitchen and baking and everything else done.
Need to be a little more careful. Don't want a repeat of last time, now do we, Helen?
Very convincing cover. Oh, now where'd they run off to? A pink Volkswagen. Looks like a blend between a Volkswagen and a Citroen. Oh, good. Janus has uninvited guests in the form of several moles that have been digging tunnels around his backyard. A gardener's there to help fix the problem, but his explosives, which he intended to use to collapse the tunnels with, have been confiscated by the local police. Oh? We'll come back to this later.
Well, that is wonderful, young man. Just wonderful. I've sent all the receipts electronically this morning, so you should have...
Time for you to go on ice, Granny. Now, what's this? Hostile area. Hello, hello.
Sinister-looking basement. What could she be doing down here?
bedroom key. Lethal pills. This could be useful for our target. Looks like an expert at poisons.
Hey, calm down. Oh god. Hey, need some help here.
There, you two relax in there. Meanwhile,
Found another pack?
Yeah. He tossed it in the trash like the others. I really like Gunther, you know? But if Mr. Janus wants to smoke, why stop? He's ancient.
Yeah, he's been instructed to keep the man alive. A pack of smokes per day ain't gonna do wonders for Janus' lungs.
I really don't think our duty goes that far. The old man wants a few smokes during the day, so what? He's older than the trees by now. Let him have some fun. It's not like we're tucking him into bed at night, making sure the covers are neatly folded around his frail old body.
Yeah. Actually, Gunther made me do that last night.
Shut up, you're kidding.
my God. Sometimes the things that the older generations make us put up with, we try to be patient and understanding with them, but they can just be so intolerable.
Yeah, that's what I like to see.
Hey, any sign of that Lafayette guy yet? Never mind.
Memorabilia room. hide the body. Aha. Just the spot. Yeah, we're just gonna steal all these busts and then proceed to throw them at people.
That's the last piece of the puzzle found, 47. While we didn't end up with the names or locations of the Providence partners as we had hoped, this at least gives us a clear bead on the Constant. We can expect to find him at the annual gathering of the Ark Society in November. It should be enough. The Ark Society annual gathering. 47, that's it. That has to be the event where Janus and the Constant are meeting.
Yes.
That's
And
the last piece of the puzzle found, 47. While we didn't end up with the names or locations of the Providence partners as we had hoped, this at least gives us a clear bead on the Constant.
I think you just said that.
To find him at the annual gathering of the Ark Society in November. It should be enough.
Jane. At last, the action of the first constant to catch up with you. Death feels like an easy way out. Still.
Damn it.
To find him at the annual gathering of the Ark Society in November. It should be enough.
Say good. At last, the actions of the first constant catch up with you. Death feels like an easy way out for a man like Janus. Still.
Where the hell did he go?
Come on, how do you read me? Over. Got some freak is acting up.
Now, where's my original disguise? I think I left it over here. Let's see where our nearest exits are. Oh, lovely. Let's just be cool. Be cool. Oh, hello, Clokey. Sorry, just wrapping up a mission here. Hello, hello. Ah, I see you got the redeem. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, woo. Oh, oops. Missing the key for that one. Yay, the uwu. It is one of the redeems. Heard that one clear. Bit jarring, isn't it, Enrique? Oh, and you got the other one. All right. 3, 2, 1. Ada, ada. Right, this one. We can exit this way. That's good.
That was a bit British, wasn't it?
Nice. Yeah. Nice. Hello, Rex. There were a bunch of firework explosions outside my house. I love it. Hey, V. Welcome in. Welcome in. Nasa, hello there. Just wrapping up a mission here. I'm gun crazy. Ah. It's like a weapon unlocked. And a new location unlocked. Happy New Year, Rex. Happy New Year, V. Let's see. Berlin.
The Ark Society. One of Providence's more obscure outfits.
Yes, Happy New Year, everyone.
A survivalist club for the global elite. Billionaires preparing for a global collapse. And now we know the Constant will attend their next gathering. So where is it?
That's the catch. The report is redacted. No names, no location.
So it's a dead end. I can't track them, not without ICA backup.
Now, I'm no big shot analyst, but it seems to me Janus was the Ark Society's founder, so chances are they'll want to pay their respects in private.
Track the coffin. Worth a shot.
Indeed.
You all right?
It comes back in flashes. Fear, anger, but like it happened to someone else.
Your gift and your curse. What they did to you. Well, I spent a long time feeling guilty about that. Now, I wonder who got the better deal.
Yes.
One can never forget. One had no choice but to forget.
What are we looking at?
The ass end of nowhere. But this is where Janus's remains were shipped to. Our choice for a final resting place, wouldn't you say?
Not bad. So we stake it out. Await the next gathering. Then we waltz in and kidnap one of the world's most powerful men. Without ICA backup.
Like I said, it's a long shot.
Better than no shot.
We'll take it.
Right. Chat, give me just a few moments here. I'm going to, let's see, let me go over to, okay. Looks like we've already played an ad. Stand by, everybody. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Just needed a moment to have an idle meeting. Which is a fancy VTuber way of saying I had to go to the loo. But that's what happens when you hydrate a lot. Hello there. And by the way, everybody, you may have seen Stream Elements putting something there in chat. If you did miss part of the stream, that's all right. VODs get posted almost immediately after stream, so you can catch up with the VOD either by watching it via Twitch, which it's available instantly, but I also upload them to YouTube. And YouTube actually is the better way to catch up on the VODs, because with Twitch, eventually the VODs get deleted, because there's only so much storage they have to hold those. So I think it's like a couple of weeks, and then they all go away. But with YouTube, those can be kept up in near perpetuity. So, yeah, do make sure that you are subscribed to my YouTube channel, Lord Rexworth VT. That is, Lord Rexworth VT. Enrique taking notes. Good fellow, good fellow. All right, now, let's see here. The Ark Society is our next story. Right, off we go.
How did you not see this coming? My God, we came this close. The old man could have buried us all. Our families.
Do you think you feel more betrayed than I do? Get some perspective, please. Janus is dead. Lucas Gray is about to join him.
And a cornered animal is twice as dangerous.
Let's be perfectly clear. We were not exposed. The threat is neutralized. We are back on track.
Even so, from this point on, we expect you to take...
No, there is no way I'm doing that. How can you question my loyalty?
In case treachery is contagious.
Do you really want to do this to me?
Is there a problem, Secretary?
No problem whatsoever, madam.
Now, what's this?
Here's to loyalty.
Two months later.
My man on the island confirms that the Constant has arrived. We head out at sundown. Here, in case the crew get ideas.
Why are you doing this, Mr. Gray? You had a chance to walk away. Why didn't you?
A year ago, I'm working security for this banker, Cobb, only to find out he's a Providence operative. I've been running for decades, only to wind up where I started. We've all got barcodes on the back of our heads. Most people just never notice. 47 told me about your parents. How did they die?
Car bomb. Surrey, 1989. Company named Blue Seed didn't care to pay for the mistakes. But I
Blue
like to think
Seed.
no one's untouchable.
Not entirely, anyway.
I'm sorry for your loss.
You feel it, don't you? Unlike him, you feel it all. Everything you've done.
It's a dangerous thing. Having a conscience.
Yes, you have to be sort of cold and detached for this line of work.
Our source on the island just made a critical discovery. The Constant has a poison chip embedded in his neck. A failsafe, in case he's compromised.
Damn it. We should have expected something like this. So, we subdue the Constant before he has time to react.
Not that simple. The device is remote triggered, and during his stay on the island, 2 kill switches have been entrusted to twin sisters Zoe and Sophia Washington, 2 young, ambitious Providence operatives and newly appointed chairwomen of the Ark Society. Apparently, even the Constant is unaware of this arrangement.
Right, change of plans. We divide and conquer. 47 takes out the Washingtons, while I figure out a way to get the Constant off the island. It'll be tight, but once we're back at the ship, we should be able to surgically remove the chip before the partners have time to react. 47?
Tell me about the targets.
I know them from the archive. Zoe and Sophia's father is president of a powerful conservative think tank, one of Providence's prime assets. The apples don't fall far from the tree.
No
A
saints
think
either.
tank.
According to ICA files, the twins are pampered socialites who get their kicks from treasure hunting. Commanding a band of trigger-happy mercenaries, Zoe and Sophia prowl the world in search for ancient relics. With little regard for local culture or even human life, they stop at nothing to claim their prize. Well, collateral damage they may be, but safe to say, they have it coming.
And now we are left to prepare. Let's see. Washington. Zoe and Sophia Washington, late 20s, African-American, are 2 young Providence operatives and newly appointed chairwomen of the Ark Society. The Washington twins are wealthy socialites, heirs to a vast third-generation fortune. Their grandfather, the Reverend Wendell Washington, established a mega-church empire, and their father, Byron Washington, is president of the Pax Mundus Foundation, a hugely influential conservative think tank, widely regarded as the cradle of climate change denial. Zoe and Sophia both studied at Princeton, and on the surface they seem like the embodiment of entitled East Coast elite. They're graceful creatures with a smug, superior demeanor, but their effortless elegance and beauty hides a restless, predatory nature. In college, Zoe bullied a sorority rival to attempt suicide. Sophia was exposed for running a coke ring, but the late superstar lawyer Ken Morgan got them off the hook with his now legendary affluenza disease. In the wake of the scandal, the twins disappeared for a while to travel the world, seeking thrills and adventure. After a chance encounter with world-famous treasure hunter Blake Nathaniel in the Congo, the twins developed a taste for fortune hunting. Zoe and Sophia hired a band of trigger-happy ex-cicada mercenaries and began to prowl the world's most remote regions in search of ancient relics, with little regard for the indigenous populations. Amnesty International suspects the twins of annihilating an entire indigenous Amazon tribe during an expedition to uncover the lost city of Zed, but the evidence remains inconclusive. Recently, the twins have focused all of their energy on the Ark Society, reshaping Janus's brainchild in their own image. According to a file uncovered by Mr. Gray at the Providence Vault in New York, the current Constant initially recommended the twins to the Providence partners as Janus's successors, but he has since grown suspicious of them, suspecting that the twins are too ambitious and may one day attempt to replace him. Oh? Whatever would be his first clue on that? Eliminate using any method and any disguise. Same with Sophia. Objective, the constant. Do not eliminate. My. We are looking very dapper, aren't we, 47? Right, let's do this. A black tie formal, just in time for New Year's Eve.
The Isle of Skye, headquarters of the Ark Society. Founded by Janus in 1991, the Ark Society is the world's most exclusive club. Its plutocratic members fear the downfall of civilization, and they are willing to pay huge sums to ensure their own survival.
At the expense of everyone else.
The latest survival products, and to showcase new initiatives and breakthroughs.
Right. These gatherings are shrouded in mystery, so we have limited intel on what to expect on the other side of the walls. The Washington twins are hosting their first annual gathering as chairwomen of the Ark Society, and the Constant is known to attend every year. Beyond that, you're on your own. Good luck, gentlemen. I dare say you're going to need it.
One more, I see. Won't you join us, sir? We were just about to begin. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the annual gathering of the Ark Society. As Ark patrons, you are welcome to explore the castle grounds. However, certain areas are off limits, including the keep, which houses the members area, convention space, and council meeting. Should you wish to apply for Ark membership, please be aware that such cannot be bought, only earned. All set?
Bollocks. Anything's for sale at the right price.
So, what do you think?
Well, you weren't kidding. This place is pretty epic. Where are we anyway?
I'm not sure. Some old nightly stronghold. The architects use it all year round for ideation purposes, but tonight's the only time the rest of us get together. So, you decide on what to buy from the catalogue?
One of the bunkers, for sure, and I'm curious about the cryo facility.
I think you're gonna like it here, Logan.
With a 7-digit tuition fee.
Yes. Zoe Washington, one of our newly appointed chairwomen, has prepared a brand new official ceremony scheduled to take place in the upper courtyard. A stirring ode to rebirth and the enduring spirit of mankind. I believe that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Please enjoy your evening. The bar is right up ahead.
Excellent. If there's one thing I love, it's an open bar.
Looking sharp, sir.
As are you, gentlemen. Stay out of my way and I won't have to kill you.
This is what I'm talking about.
Well, I'd say we're off to a good start. Wait, is that...
It sure is. He never plays corporate events. Color me impressed.
I told you guys. Now let's get this spending spree started.
Let's take a look at the map here. Right, Zoe Washington, the Constant, there's Sophia. And they are up on... Zoe's on level 3. Level 5 is Sophia. Level 6, the Constant. We're on level 1. So we've got to get upstairs.
It does add to the mood for sure, but I figure it's mostly about discretion. All it takes is one Joe Schmo running his mouth, and we'll be at the butt end of a social media shitstorm. Sure, but what about all the servants? Their wants are modest. Just pay their kids college tuition, and they take our secrets to the grave. But artists and celebs are a different story. Those delicate, creative class snowflakes tend to find what we do morally offensive, and they're harder to buy off. That's what happened to Janice Wu, the cellist. Janice's blindfold slipped off back in '07, and she did not like what she saw. She was going to talk to GNN. Luckily, her lawyer was Zachary Yates, an ARC member, and he happened to know about Janice's tax evasion scheme. So much for that little crusade. But next time, we might not be so lucky. Better to just keep them in the dark. Huh.
Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Archeans, can I have your attention, please? Now that everybody's here, we're ready to proceed. Please make your way to the upper courtyard. The ceremony is about to begin. Thank you.
Huh. I wonder where they think they are. Probably somewhere with a lot more nudity.
Hey, I got a space bubble, and you're in it.
Would you like anything to drink? We have a very fine Rioja sangria available. Teasing essences of apple pear, Australian finger lime, and durian.
Well, I must say, they all look like just lovely, pretty people. The ladies, especially. A pity they're such decadent, ungodly types.
I bought one of those Soviet survival bunkers that came on the market after.
Hello.
Man, it was brutal. You showered in some nasty.
Excuse me, but it really freaks me out when people stand too close to me.
Millions of dollars I have invested in cryonics. I really hope the world collapses before too long. I really do. I mean, it would feel like such an anticlimax if this whole climate change thing just fizzled out.
Well, unfortunate news for you, my dear fellow.
Welcome, sir. I take it this is your first gathering?
Hello, sir.
Would you like to know more about the Stronghold product line?
Yes.
The Stronghold series is our original and most popular initiative. Bright and spacious, our underground shelters are a far cry from the crude and utilitarian nuclear bunkers of the past. Situated 40 feet below the frozen tundra on Svalbard, able to resist all but direct meteor strike, the Stronghold Hive system features a public area, complete with bars and restaurants, a movie theater, and even an exercise stadium. Should I go on?
No. Bunch of wealthy snobs with more money than they have good sense. Playing and pretending as though nothing is going on.
Four-bedroom suite with the oaken floors. Set me back a cool 99 million. But hey, it's probably tax deductible.
Commemorative token. The magpie. Interesting. Might come in handy. We'll keep it.
Is this the news tip line? Well, I'm at this top secret event. I don't really know how to describe it, but it's like a secret society of super rich egomaniacs that are preparing for the end of the world. What? No, it's not just some bullshit conspiracy theory. Well, because I'm right here seeing all this crazy shit with my own eyes. What? Listen, I'm gonna make this short because the signal's breaking up. Do you want the tip or not? This is like front page material. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Oh, you've got to be bloody kidding me. It's typical.
Another magpie. Has to be some place that we can stash the body. Ah, another coin. Now let's head up the stairs. See what else we have to contend with. Oh. Well. Huh. Let's go back and do that again. Didn't lose too much progress. What have we here? Oh, guards. That's what we have. And a lot of them. Oh my. Be walking straight into a hornet's nest. A crypt. excellent. And we'll pick up our weapon. We've got an HX-10 and an HX-7. Right, I think that should get us most places we need to go. Just try to avoid the enforcers.
Same kind who repels into an ancient temple full of death traps and poisonous snakes. Seriously, what do you care? If some filthy rich broad wants to flirt with danger to feel alive, I say let her. They pay for her silence, not our concern.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
So, one of the Washington twins wants to shake hands with danger. I'm only too happy to oblige.
Uh-huh. Hey, an apology would be nice.
Now let's see what's up here.
Rune-inscribed ancient hammer. Remember those Danish guys who actually tried to summon the conqueror? Fair-looking motherfuckers. Can't believe those nerds descended from Vikings.
Exactly what I love about working for the twins. You gotta go to all these exotic places and meet all these exotic weirdos. And then kill them to take all these strange little stuff.
Ark Society insignia on the commemorative token looks significant. Let's see. Does appear to be our way out.
Okay, stay put. I'll take a look. Okay, but take care.
I'm just going to cause chaos at this point, chat. I'm just going to cause chaos.
Stay alert! Look over there! All right. I don't see him! Delta, move to flank him! Hey, what? I see him! Right there! He's in cover! I can't get a clear shot!
Right, that didn't work so well.
What about that Mayan stone we recovered? Huh? I think we did the world a favor by doing that. Well, at least we spared the tribe from hiding the stone. Wacky adventures.
Let's see.
Take him down!
I see.
Watch out!
Security breach!
Greetings, 555.
You, go! Flush him out!
They surrounded me.
You will die tonight!
Right, so these guards are more for the ground level. That's not really disposing of the body, 47, but I suppose it will have to do. Now, which direction are you going?
Hear that? Someone's fighting. Go, go!
Yeah, okay, I hear you.
Man, you read me. Over.
What?
Hey, you all right?
Sir!
Give him all you got.
Oh,
He ripped open Tony! Shit, not gonna make it. I understand.
Got to be some way to get up there without walking into a hornet's nest. Why does the Arx logo look like the Kingsman logo?
Way ahead of me, man.
I once went to Germany because it's like considered a safe place. Sat on the camp too.
The cage beneath the giant effigy in the courtyard features a hidden escape door, but according to the safety report, the hydraulic locking mechanism is disturbingly sensitive. Even a slight drop in pressure could jam the lock and effectively trap the occupant inside the cage.
Same kind of repels into an ancient temple with a death trap. Snakes.
Hmm.
I need you to drop what you're doing and come take a look at the hydraulic locks for the Phoenix effigy. I don't know what kind of hack slapped this thing together, but we're basically a small shift in pressure away from the Wicker Man here. I know what you're gonna say. Stop being a robot. What the fuck?
Bloody hell. Security! You need to deal with this guy right away. Some idiot is doing something stupid that I don't want him to do. Calm down.
Nothing at my position.
I've been examining the hydraulic lock mechanism, and the safety measures are simply not up to par. You can reach me on this number. Sorry for disturbing you.
Stay low! Stay low!
Someone is firing a weapon! Move it!
Oh, damn, compromised.
I would like to file a complaint about the locking mechanism of the trapdoor on the Yeah, this thing is basically a death trap in my mind. Call me back when you're
Hmm. There's rat poison.
There are multiple casualties. Someone just...
Hmm. Let's go back. We'll figure this out eventually, Chad. I know we will.
I don't know what kind of hack slapped this thing together, but we're basically a small shift in pressure away from the Wicker Man. Here. I know what you're gonna say. Stop being a busybody. But this is serious. Call me when you get this. Whoa!
Oh. There we go. Looks at ground. Why was that guy's loot drop a jug of milk? Hello, Action. Just got home from a New Year's Day job shift I had to do. Closing the department solo to boot. I'd be exhausted as hell. Well, glad you made it back in one piece, Action. Good to... It's good to see you. Hope you got a relaxing New Year's Eve planned. I hope you have a very relaxing New Year's Eve planned.
What's with that weird bird effigy?
The annual Phoenix ceremony. Symbolizes the collapse.
Dittos. Wish it was relaxing. My roommates and friends who flew in went to a restaurant to go eat and drink while I was at work, so I'm gonna have to deal with that once I get home. Oh dear. Oh dear. You're the designated driver of the lot, eh? Well, you're doing God's work, nevertheless.
Civilization from which the Ark Society emerges unscathed and triumphant.
Ah, rebirth. I get it.
Interesting. Zoe Washington is going to partake in a ceremony symbolizing the downfall of civilization from which the Ark Society will emerge unscathed. Apparently, a giant phoenix-shaped effigy is set on fire with Zoe inside it. Well, I suggest you locate this master of ceremonies who lights the Fire 47. If this doesn't sound like an accident waiting to happen, I don't know what does.
Indeed.
What's new is that the Master of Ceremonies will light the effigy on fire with Zoe Washington inside.
Always have been, of course. That's because I'm the one who has the license. Wow. You're doing good work, Action, and I'm sure that you'll be able to celebrate in your own way. You and the missus. At least I hope you get a chance to do some celebrating, or at least a chance to relax. You know, you've earned it after how hard you've been working. Dunk, appreciate that. Also, I'm just sitting here chatting it up here, taking what time I can to relax. Lol. Well, that's good, Action. Also, food for thought on sabotaging the ceremony. Rescue Zoe, replace her with the Master of Ceremonies where she was, and have a drone drop the torch on the guy. that would be interesting. I will see if I can pull that off. I don't know if I can on the first go round, but I'll certainly try.
Seriously, I'll pay you.
Me? You're the Master of Ceremonies.
I'm a multiple Tony award-winning playwright. And famously reclusive. It's part of my brand. I never go on the spot like this. Besides, I do chamber plays. Spectacle. What if people hate it?
They won't hate it, Mr. Feniger. It's just entertainment.
Entertainment? Good Lord, what have I done? How did I let her talk me into this?
Should I tell Miss Washington that you won't be going on stage? Everyone's waiting for you.
God, no. No, she frightens me.
Yes, and as well she should, a person of her position. Oh, since he's having second thoughts, bribe him.
Just give me a moment.
We're gonna do one better. Here we are. As the Master of Ceremonies, I think we'll get even further than as a custodian. That's one way to do it. Begin the ceremony. A moment-to-moment schedule for the effigy ceremony. The Master of Ceremonies appears on stage. He descends to the money pit, makes a short statement, and lights the money on fire. The Master summons Zoe Washington on stage. Zoe makes a speech, whereupon she enters the cage beneath the effigy. The Master takes the stage and lights the effigy on fire. Zoe slips out the back door before the structure is engulfed in flame. The Master's script is noted in the margin as well. Oh, what do we have here? So it's a stage show. Yes. A memo from Zoe Washington to ARC member Axel Feniger, also called the Master of Ceremonies. Zoe has planned an extravagant ceremony to symbolize the downfall of civilization, from which the ARC Society will emerge unscathed. A giant phoenix-shaped effigy is set on fire in the courtyard, with Zoe inside it, and the Master is tasked to light the torch. Zoe plans to escape via a hidden door before the whole structure is engulfed in flames. Well, don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon. Thought the assignment was to rescue Zoe. No, the Constant is the one who's going to be rescued.
Hello, sir. Mr. Fennick. Excellent. The crowd was starting to get restless. Your peers are waiting by the stage, and the torch is ready by the money pit. Miss Washington.
A design sketch for the giant phoenix effigy in the courtyard. Apparently the effigy is placed on top of a person-sized cage, which features a hidden hydraulic door at the rear. This is how Zoe Washington plans to escape the burning structure during tonight's ceremony. Except she won't be.
Master of Ceremonies has arrived. We are good to go. Over.
Thank Christ. Ready when you are.
This should be good. Let's save.
A handsome pledge, and yet a drop in the ocean.
I thought, put Vaseline on the lock on the cage. Now we wait for Zoe Washington. I've seen a lot of nods to Skull and Bones and the Bohemian Grove in this one. Ah.
Zoe Washington. The ARC Society recognizes you as our founder's rightful successor, our inspiration, our guiding light, the custodian of our future.
Excellent work, 47. Enjoy the spotlight.
Patrons of the ARC Society, you are part of a select, chosen few. Our founder, Janus, showed us how to survive. But survival is not enough.
Here's Alex Jones roaring in the distance at the mention of the Skull and Bones Society.
The ARC Society must not only commit itself to survival, but to progress. Be it our next home in the stars or the next step in human evolution.
I knew that Alex Jones was There was no way he could have reached the height of fame like he did without being an absolute bullshit artist.
Tumbling down. When mankind retreats once more into caves of superstition, we will keep the fire alight. We will be the torchbearers, the trailblazers and pioneers. Do not feel guilty for your privilege. Be proud. Be fearless. For the future is ours to shape.
Asylums are full of people who think they're Napoleon or God.
How are you today, sir? Good evening.
Look at you, Finnegar. All dressed to kill. Now, let's do this thing.
Emphasis on kill.
Light her up.
As the world burns, we rise from its ashes. Not just to survive, but to live.
The foreshadowing.
Hello there.
Hello there. Welcome back, Umiko. Quack. Oh, Umiko, thank you for the resub. Thank you so much. Mission accomplished, yes. Part 1 of 2, anyway. Ah, champagne on ice. And the red wine. Perfect.
That's him. The Constant. Providence's top controller. Everything depends on capturing him alive.
Famous adventurer who runs the Ark of Legacy. He's donating the clouds.
It's just within breathing distance, too. Nope, not supposed to be in there. And that's the wrong way anyhow. Up on the 5th level now. Let's see, we need to get over a bit to the north. Nice. Also, did you get a chance to try out Gravity Circuit yet? Wondering what you thought of it. Next week I'm going to be playing Gravity Circuit.
Cloud Serpent. They say it belonged to Montezuma himself. It was lost for over 500 years, until Blake Nathaniel unsealed the Serpent's tomb. Extraordinary.
It's a flippin' necklace. Anyway, the Washington twins found it first. Way I hear it, Sophia literally has the necklace in her hand when Nathaniel repels from the ceiling, triggers this ancient death trap, and, you know, murder and mayhem ensues.
But I thought those two were lovers.
On and off. currently way off, which explains the added security.
I don't follow.
Think about it.
So, according to its charter, the Ark Society collects priceless art and historical artifacts in case of a global disaster. And this year, world-famous treasure hunter Blake Nathaniel has donated an Aztec necklace called the Cloud Serpent to the Ark Society's growing collection. However, Blake fears that Sophia Washington, his former lover and rival, who has hunted the Cloud Serpent for years, will attempt to steal it for herself before it goes into storage. Could be just the bait we need.
Yes, indeed.
Why the need for an alarm system? We're all filthy rich. Except...
I see. Blake thinks Sophia might try and steal back the necklace before it's sealed in the Ark of the Legacy. Good grief. I want her among thieves, huh?
I'll say.
Of course not.
I like the mask, Fenneker.
Indeed. I wonder...
Alarm sensors. You'll need to disable the system to get at the necklace, 47.
Hey, nice. Yeah. The memorial room.
Excuse me.
The way I think about it is Janus really made a difference. Now we have real and attractive contingency plans. I mean, I'm almost looking forward to the end of the world.
It was kind of mysterious what happened. I mean, but not surprising at all.
Yes, hello, sir.
Question, do you use a glass or metal kettle for tea? Wife and I are discussing what type to get. She prefers glass because it doesn't leach. I mean, certain metal kettles are fine. Glass kettle, that... I mean, there's always the chance that it could just burst on you. Honestly, I would say look into an electric hot water dispenser. The Tiger brand from Japan is one. Several are sold on Amazon, and I would say, depending on how much hot water you need during a day, whether for noodles or for tea or anything else, even instant coffee. They have them in various sizes. I think anywhere from like 2 to 4 liters. Not as cheap as the standard kettle, but I mean, it's instant hot water. That's what I'm worried about. Don't want the glass to just suddenly explode one day. And Zojirushi does make good kettles, but dang, they're expensive. Yeah, it's kind of the price you pay for having instant hot water. Worth every penny, though, I would say. But yeah, alternatively, I mean, just, your standard metal kettle that whistles whenever it's hot, or even, just even your standard electric kettle that's got the electric base, and then you just sort of turn it on. That's good too. But then again, something to be said, I suppose, for the classic Brown Betty. Here at my place, we just have we have a porcelain. Well, it's kind of a reinforced porcelain. No, it's a porcelain kettle, a porcelain electric kettle, rather fancy one that my mum got for Christmas a few years back. But yeah, that's what we use. Though in a pinch, we could put the kettle on the stove, and there's a metal one rather, not the porcelain one. But yeah, I mean, any of them will do. It kind of depends on how long you want to wait. I mean, if you're in a bit of a rush, you could do like I do and just stick your mug full of water in the microwave and microwave it for a couple of minutes, and hey presto, there you go. Ah, here comes our lady.
Good evening. Hello there.
Hello there, Dustpack. Hello.
Climate change. Sophia Washington is trying to persuade Janus's original five to embrace the Green Revolution.
Fat chance. The original five are all energy CEOs. These guys practically invented climate denial.
I don't know. I mean, they're not idiots. It's not like they
Didn't think they still made porcelain ones anymore. Usually I do the nuking method, but that's because I'm impatient as hell. Yeah. Rex just popping in to wish you a Happy New Year. Well, Happy New Year to you as well, Dust. Hope you're having a lovely evening. Hope you got some nice plans for celebration. Maybe a bit of the bubbly to pop, and yeah.
Hey, you! Where do you think you're going? Definitely not through here. Get out of my face.
What have we got here? Oh. A little people. Be at work doing a celebration, so I've got to get some sleep now. Well, sleep well, Dust. And have a good evening at work. Sorry you have to work during the holiday, but hopefully they're giving you time and a half or something like that. Either way, hope it's a quiet shift for you. And, yeah. Hope you have a lovely and safe evening. Emphasis on safe. That's fine. Double pay is good compensation. Hey, now we're talking. Double pay. I love that. And now we appear to be trespassing. See you later, Rex. See ya, Dust. Be safe out there.
One broken fuse box. One. Someone who knows how to.
Well, this looks like no problem at all. Back on.
Make them around, say Happy New Year's to everyone I like. Happy New Year, Malachi. Happy New Year.
This is not a drill. You're supposed to be guarding stuff, you lazy prick. God! Hey, you, give it up right.
Oh.
Time to step up your game. Hey, you all right? Talk to me. Something really bad is going down. Be ready. Do you have info on the perp? Dressed in some kind of, what do you call it? Costume? Hoo-ah.
Hey, what in God's name do you...
Roger that. Oh, shit! I'm down! I'm in command! Okay, I'm afraid to say we got some trouble coming.
Okay, we may have to back it up a bit. There we go. Stealth mission is still a stealth mission if no one's left standing. Try not to celebrate too rambunctiously, though I expect to see that tie in your forehead before night. Well, I've got a bottle of sparkling wine that that is requesting my consumption of it. I dare say even demanding it.
I hope you're faring well this evening.
I have been planning the Founders Week for over a month. I have some of the world's most prominent people waiting to pay him their last respects. I have the star of the Prague Philharmonic on stage.
Just one more level.
Council still in session?
No, they've called a recess. Sophia Washington wants them to pass some kind of motion, but one of the council members is fighting her tooth and nail.
Huh. Wouldn't happen to be Jebediah Block, the coal baron, would it?
Yeah, how do you know?
Well, I happen to know he's on the council.
So, Sophia Washington has called a council meeting between the original 5 members of the Ark Society. Sophia hopes to pass some sort of motion, but she faces stark opposition from ultra-conservative coal baron Jebediah Block. I suggest you find Mr. Block while the council is still in recess, 47. I suspect the headstrong Sophia will not take kindly to dissidents and troublemakers.
No, I imagine she won't.
He's one of the original 5, you know, the first people to fund the Ark Society back in '91. Plus, I just walked in on Sophia Washington screaming Block's name while beating up a pillow
today,
cushion.
sir.
Oh, she was properly pissed.
Jeez, must mean a lot to her. What's it about?
What am I, paparazzi? I just work for these assholes. Same as you.
Well, keep me posted in case teeth start flying.
Can do.
Sophia the schemer.
What's she up to this time?
You know that Kronstadt designer in charge of the brain upload program?
Sure. What did he do?
I don't know. But she seemed real interested in this invention.
So sorry, Master. I cannot let you back.
Kill switch. Sounds ominous.
Well, whatever it is she's plotting, he did not want to be part of it. But an order's an order. Guess we've all been down that road.
Poor bastard. Well,
Sophia Washington has engaged a designer from Kronstadt Industries in some kind of plot involving one of his inventions, a so-called kill switch. Certainly sounds like a reference to the poison chip embedded in the Constant's neck. If so, Sophia may be plotting against her own employers.
Well, that's what you get for inventing kill switches, I suppose.
I wonder if there's a ridiculous challenge mode where you're dressed in a clown costume with loud, squeaky shoes. I think that might be an option of some kind. All these workers gossiping reminds me of that saying, loose lips sink ships. Might as well call this compound the Titanic. Yeah. That's the trouble with a lot of these conspiracy theories, is that there's too many people involved.
No economy, no social structures. It will be like a space colony.
You're kidding.
Everyone equal and dependent on each other. It will be egalitarian, sir. It will be, well, communist.
That's what I paid almost $2 billion for. Why didn't anyone tell me sooner?
Merely food for thought, Mr. Block. Good night.
I need to think.
Verena, welcome in, welcome in. You paid $2 billion for Burger King. Let's confirm that. Speaking of Burger King, going to be lurking while I make myself some dinner. Haven't eaten since this morning. Needs the foods. All right, action. Perfectly fine. Yeah, definitely get yourself some food, hydrate, look after yourself. And Verena, I hope you're doing well. Hydrate. Thank you for the hydrate.
Good evening to you.
With actual spikes in it.
Oh, tell me about it. It belonged to the founder. The Washingtons got rid of most of his stuff when they took over his office, but I guess the maiden is here to stay.
So morbid.
Janus was a collector of vintage torture instruments. The Washington twins scrapped most of his paraphernalia when they took over his office in the tower, but apparently they've taken a liking to a medieval Iron Maiden. We're going to listen in as I got this work, woo. That's all right, Verena. Feel free to listen.
It's purely ornamental, if that makes you feel any better. Iron Maidens were rarely used, if ever. It's really more of a gothic fantasy.
Well, there's a first time for everything.
Now, why would you say that?
Mister, you're
Right. My lord, question of the day. Only yes or no. Do you think a mod can protect you if I get an ad only? Do you think a mod can protect you if they get an ad only? I don't think I understand the question, Enrique. What are you up to? If they get an ad, can he protect you? Can only reply with yes and no. An ad for what, Enrique? I'm not.
You gotta be kidding me. Who did this? Wouldn't be you, would it? What?
Oh, on the stream. Haha, sorry. Yeah, I mean, as far as mod activity goes, yeah, they can still monitor, they can still monitor chat. That doesn't go away, despite the ads. And you know, but I myself am also a mod of my own stream, so it's, I guess I'm not really sure what you're getting at, but yes, they can still do their job in spite of even if they do have to watch ads. Okay, made it hard to understand. That's all right. Oh, that's what you're getting at. Well, thank you, Enrique. Verena, enjoy your gift sub, courtesy of our Enrique.
Whoa.
What? Jesus. Oh my God, what's the matter, buddy? Can you get out? Oh. Oh God. Nothing out. He's engaged.
Oh, damn it all. All right, take 3 on this. That's right. Come closer. Come closer.
Don't do that.
Oh, Christ. Why do I have to do everything around here? I need some help here, please. It might have gone totally past you, but there are bad things going on. You should do something.
What? Oh. Somebody get help! Oh, that's cold. Going for Scott. Damn it. Come on, last whip! Visual on the target.
Hey, you. What seems to be the problem? Let her rip! Kill him! Copy that. Over there! The hawk him out!
Hmm. Wait a minute.
Uh-huh. Okay. Everything's good.
Just because I want to have some fun.
Force him out of cover! Raider is targeting civilians. Hey! I need some back! Get out of here! Now!
Jesus! Can anyone please help me? I need help here.
Hey, you all right? Talk to me.
Someone out there is definitely causing trouble, just for fun.
Okay, step back. I'm on it. Command!
I need you to stand up.
Oh, yeah, we're... What? Ah. Command? Anybody there? Come in! You gotta be kidding! Come in, command! Police! There's a dead body. God. Find some place safe! If you can hear me, make a sound! Hey!
Okay, progress.
What the fuck? Will someone help me?
Missed.
Say what? Oh, no, you don't!
Oh, my! What the hell is going on? You can't just do that! For the love of God, please! I need help! Armed man, please help! Someone's misbehaving!
Seriously?
Oh, I'm serious.
Okay, enlighten me here. Do you have a description?
But I don't. And that's the terrible
Guys! I need some backup!
Hey.
Will you quit that?
This probably would go a lot smoother if I wasn't so impatient.
Come on, we're not gonna lose this guy! Anyone got a visual?
Hold it. My God. Is there anyone who can help? Please.
Shit! I could have sworn he was there a second ago!
Businessman
We
doing
gotta
stuff
find
that is clearly illegal.
Man, you read me!
Anyone? Anyone? I need some help. Hey, help me.
Okay, shit. This just got serious.
Do we have any ID on the suspect?
I don't know. I didn't see him.
Command, I have nothing to report from my current location. Over. I need help. Someone please help me.
Yes, command. Confirmed. Leading house.
Oh, shit. What a day.
Clokey, hello again. How are you? Another redeem. Alright then. Uwu? Ada Ada. There you go, back to back. Damn it all. Yes, how's the game going? A lot of trial and error. Frequent saves. But making some progress. Trying to, anyway.
Long time no see.
Consider the cascade that even one major strike could have if it, well,
Is that him?
I'm not.
Shit, don't look. If I haven't seen him, I can't approach him. Can I?
I missed the keynote.
Afraid so.
Oh, shoot. I really wanted to learn more about the Titan.
That is Sophia Washington, chairwoman of the Ark Society, professional treasure hunter, and Providence operative. Quite the resume.
It'll cost me plenty. Architects only. What's the worst that could happen if you let me go up there? Do you even know who I am?
Sir, just take my word on this.
Free from millennia of accumulated bullshit.
You know this is state of the art. I don't know how anybody could get past the security setup.
Maybe we need to move the Ark Society HQ to somewhere more glamorous. Zoe's already itching to get back in the field. How do I make her good with treasure hunting?
Climate change.
Too old to go
Sophia
risking our
Washington is trying
lives.
to persuade Janus's original five to embrace the Green Revolution.
Fat chance. The original five are all energy CEOs. These guys
Hey there.
practically invented.
Looking tremendous today, sir.
Let's see if I can just do a quick elimination here.
Both targets down. Impressive work, 47. And now to confront the constant. Mr. Gray, what's your status?
I'm at the helicopter, but the place is crawling with security. 47, you better bring the Constant to the harbor where it's less crowded. You can hijack one of the Archean boats.
Question is how? He's not likely to come quietly. Unless you get your hands on a kill switch.
Yes, that might just work. Search one of the twins, 47.
You know, that would have been helpful to know. Would have been very helpful to know earlier.
Sophia! Speak of the devil. We were just chatting about your adventures.
The whole picture.
I would have said the same thing a few years ago, but...
Oh, right. Yeah, that was up in Yukon territory. Zoe and me were searching for the Valley of the Wendigo when our chopper goes down in a storm. We crawl out of the burning cockpit only to discover that we're trampling around in a wolf's den, right between the pack and 5 mewling cubs.
Good God.
Tell them how you got away.
The old lighter and spray deodorant trick, but not without a few nasty bite marks, though. What can I say? Thank God for rape.
All right, going back. Beautiful thing, this time travel.
Damn it, he got me!
Both targets down. Impressive work, 47. And now to confront the constant.
this, sir?
I'm at the helicopter, but the place is crawling with security. 47, you better bring the Constant to one of the boats in the harbor where it's quiet. You can use the kill switch to coerce him.
Come in, you copy? Yeah, I'm here now. No, nothing. It's quiet here, over.
God, we're so close.
Roger that, moving to that location. Out. Affirmative, command. I will commence bagging and tagging if needed, over.
Welcome back, Verena. Lot of radio chatter. Hyperborea.
I just don't see the point of it. DNA doesn't have your life experiences or anything like that down in code. What good is
The Washingtons are dead. I have the kill switch.
What did you say? How could you know about that?
You will head towards the harbor. No sudden moves, no signs or warnings. I will trigger the device if I need to.
I know you. The boy in the picture. You have his eyes. You're Burnwood's assassin.
Move.
Right, time to start following.
Fine, but fallout, nuclear winter, it all just feels sort of quaint.
Yep.
Partners no more. I take it. I had a notion something didn't sit right with my mentor's betrayal. You murdered him, I take it, to get to me.
Not just that. He had it coming.
Interesting. It was my impression that you were cured of such sentiment. The good doctor built his serum specifically to target the seats of your emotions. Has Miss Burnwood's sense of justice rubbed off on you? I wonder.
Just keep walking.
Love to see all those wigglies, chat. Now we're on an escort mission. We've got to get the Constant out of here. And we ourselves have to extract.
supposed to
For
feel
what it's worth,
something. But the
Janus
fact
always
is,
found
Janus
Ortmeyer's
is the
project
name.
distasteful, not to
I never
mention
argued.
inefficient. But alas, sometimes you have to play the hand you're dealt.
Oh, I know.
Yes, dance for me, my little wigglies. Dance for me.
I take it this is not an ICA-sanctioned operation. What exactly does Miss Burnwood plan to achieve by targeting her clients? Violating her own code?
She's doing it for us.
Us? Oh, I see. The penny drops. I should have known. How does a man leave no trace? By not existing in the first place. Lucas Gray. Or was it Subject 6? He died when the Institute went up in flames, but no body was ever produced. And unlike you, his rage never faded. So, now you want the partners, the men behind the curtain who've caused you all this pain? Well, before you go knocking down a wall, you better make sure it's not load-bearing.
And I wonder what that's supposed to mean, Constant. Good, no enforcers. Wiggles, yeah.
Enough talking. You'll do plenty of that later. We're here. Get on the boat.
And with that, we have extracted the constant. All right, very good. $20,000 XP, not bad. Ah, my new title. I am a flexible murderer. Tee murder.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal. We now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal. The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal.
A flexible murderer, according to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal. Perfectly timed, Enrique. Very good, very good. All right. Next up, we can start right at the chapel. Got the mace unlocked. Agency pickup point, the gatehouse. All right, very good. We're going, we're vibing, yeah. Next, we head to the North Sea. Constant. Appears to have been subject to constant torture. And has had the kill switch extracted from him.
Mr. Edwards, still think this is maintenance?
And to top it off with a little fun.
What have you done? Changing horses midstream?
Woo?
Truly unprofessional.
You know what we want.
Where is the carrot?
No carrot. You're useless to the partners. Compromised. Even if we let you live, you can never return. Why die protecting them?
When I can drag them down with me.
It's a bad hand, but it's all you've got.
What?
3 families. That's all it took. The Ingrams, the Carlyles, the Stuyvesants. 3 dynasties secretly pooling their resources over generations, creating a singularity so dense that nothing escapes its gravity.
Only 3 dynasties.
Well, they've heard of you. In fact, you just became the top of their agenda.
Go. We can't give them time to retaliate.
Don't take your eyes off him.
Be careful.
Well, here we are again. I must admit I am disappointed, Miss Burnwood. I had such big plans for you.
Save it. I know the truth now. You're outplayed. You have nothing left to bargain with.
Clipped.
You're so certain. So sure
All right
of the
then.
people closest to you. He never fails, does he? He never misses his mark. You found a window into his past. And yet, something else remains hidden. A simple truth you learned long ago.
Diana!
Coming!
No one, Miss Burnwood, is untouchable.
What a twist. So it was 47 who killed Diana's parents. My goodness. What a tangled web we've weaved. We've seen that. Right. Well, on that twist, chat, I think it best that we go ahead and... Dun dun dun. Yes, I think right there we'd better leave it there for next time. Get our music back up here. And we should go find someone to raid. Let's see who's streaming right now that we can go raid. Do 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 do. Oh, someone I have not raided, I think ever, and we really should. Let's go raid Raven, one of my gen mates at Project Astadia. Alright, first, let's load up the copy pasta. Doing a bit of a more chill stream, this one. Playing Dreamlight Valley, a Disney game. Alright, everybody, raid has been prepared. Let's go meet Wicked Little Raven, one of my gen mates from Project Astadia. Have a very safe and happy new year, everybody. Let us bravely and boldly approach 2024. And I wish all of you all your wishes, all your dreams, may they all come true for you in the new year. I'll see everybody later on this week. Stream schedule dropping later tonight. I'm Lord Rexworth. Once again, wishing you a happy new year. And as usual, all the best, and God bless.